Eric Pruitt. They call me, my friends call me Sketch Master Flexx. I play kind of like a crazy set, you know. I'll just sit there and I'll bang on the drums and talk with people, you know, and try to get more people interested in the music than just myself. Hey ladies, can you dance? Can you hear me? My favorite area to busk is in the south side. $30 an hour, this is the most underrated job ever. We have this thing going. This is a mini disc recorder.
Yes.
And then a stereo, this is great, stereo microphone. I'm gonna be putting out a CD of busking in Pittsburgh. Don't just sit there, dance! I'm having some difficulty, so, you know. Do you know how to, hey, can you dance?
Alright, we're done. That was pretty good.
That was great. Like two sticks in a drum head, and you can like make like revolution, you know? And sure, it only happens in someone's pants, but it's still revolution. It's very, very much a seasonal thing. In the spring, it's incredible. People are so receptive. They're so glad to get out of their houses. They feel so free, and they just want to run out there. And people, they're talking to them, they're like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, I love this. You know, this is fun. This is great. I'll take, I have instruments that I carry, like I carry pockets full of like harmonicas and just different dinger things and stuff like that, you know. And I'll go and to play, I'll start playing a drum or something, so people start to notice that somebody's playing music. Then I'll look around for people that want to play, like I'll give them a harmonica or I'll give them something. And then we all start to play together. So it becomes not just me playing, but us playing. And then you know, so I basically I'm like, I kind of like travel around, and instead of looking for instruments when I do a show, I look for people to do a show. I started in Seattle. I was living there, and I would wake up in the morning, go up the street, and play out in front of the Safeway. And basically, I just started out making about $30 a day, playing a small Egyptian inlaid drum, beautiful drum, and that was my first real exposure to music. I met some people from Pittsburgh, and they'd said that I could come here and that there were places to stay that were low rent or, you know, or free. You know, they were really cool people here, and the art scene was incredible, and they needed musicians, and, you know, I do sculpture and things like that as well. So they were like, come to Pittsburgh, come to Pittsburgh. I basically took a bus to Akron, and then, or to Cleveland, and then jumped on a freight train, rode it to Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Chicago, and then back here to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, I've been playing for, I started, would have been in would have been last fall in August, and I busked for 2 months. I was in Oakland busking with a borrowed drum, and I asked somebody if they could spare a cello, and somehow there was a violin shop in the South Side closing, and I found 2 cellos and 2 violins that they were throwing away, and fixed those up, and that's when I started busking like on a regular basis here with a cello and a violin. We're setting up a solar-powered studio here to show that it can be done, and it can be done solar, and it can be done with mobily.
We run a group out of here. It's called Pittsburgh Artist Co-op. Like some of the things that we're doing, like we're recording music. That's basically the recording studio. The Auto Pro compressor, limiter, exciter, effects processor, tape to tape. But I'm working on getting them so we can record to the laptop. Got a Stello. It's like Elvis actually started, like a lot of musicians in the 50s and 60s played. Yeah, you know, Stello's still, it's awesome guitar. This thing, this is really fun. Like I took this out, and like art in the parks, or you know, like when there's art, you know, like stuff going on with lots of kids and that. I'll take this out, and then I throw it out. And then, you know, like with a bunch of sticks, and little kids like will stand around it, you know, they'll play, and they'll make rhythm, you know, they'll make music, you know. It's really neat to watch. We're paintings, photography. We're working on putting in a photo lab upstairs. This is amazing. I've got rolls and rolls of film of graffiti and of just like stuff of people around Pittsburgh. And oh, this is that rainwater collector. On the flat, there's a flat roof upstairs. A tube runs into a barrel, collects the rainwater, and it collects rainwater. It's full to the top now. The rainwater goes into this tube, and then one tube goes into the bathroom for showers. This hose, I put that on during the summer. The sun hits it, heats it up, you take hot showers. It's totally solar powered water. This tube goes in here for the kitchen, and I'll show you like the amount of pressure that it generates is like, and that's just gravity. This room all summer was a traveler's room for travelers to come in and like if they wanted to stay. Each person, I told them that they could write on the wall in this room, you know. I didn't want a bunch of crap around the house, but this room they could do something, you know. I'm trying to get more, I'd like to get more graffiti artists up here to do more big stuff in here. Yeah. If they ever tore the house down, that would stay. That would like be there. What I've decided is that entire side of the building, I'm going to devote that to that. It's basically a battery that charges from the roof. It's really weird, like I'm having some trouble with it right now. See that?
That connector there?
Yeah, the solar panels on that roof over there. It must have blown off. Those 3 broke. Two of them did. But not very much solar panel, you know. I've developed a very cynical view of the house, you know what I mean? Just the whole thing. It's like, this breaks, that breaks, I gotta fix that, you know, I'm running around doing repairman stuff when I should be doing something, you know, like a little more, you know, a little more, less hands-on and more like, yeah. And if ever we abandon the house and the project, we're gonna knock a 3-foot hole in the roof. And then so that way the rain comes in and the floors collapse and then they have to tear it down. And what we're working on is making it, is building, basically building the framework here, and then making it so that it's portable, so that when we do find a bigger place, that we can move it to a bigger place. You know, I had a really good time with this because I met a lot of people that I wouldn't normally have met. I met a lot of just characters, you know, a lot of people that took my music to like interesting levels, you know. It made me feel so good. What I didn't like about it was that I really wanted to give people something. When they would, you know, they would throw change in a box, you know, or a guitar case or whatever. I wanted to give them a tape or some, you know, CD or something like that. 2 months ago, I worked in the studio, and I managed to run for a short amount of time. I managed to run the entire studio on solar power in the house, and I have about 8 hours of music that I recorded through the studio, and then I have another 10 hours of music that I recorded on the sidewalk.
So using that the mini disc, or
actually that stopped functioning. I've got one tape that I've put out, and what I've been doing is putting it in Ziploc bags and stapling it up in random places. And so that, like, people walking down the street, you know, they see graffiti, they see tags, you know, but, you know, they see a tape hanging there in a Ziploc bag, and they're like, and they'll pick it up. You know, it's got the Brothel Records logo on it, and it's got some information, you know, about what it is. I wrote some stuff in Spanish on it, you know, just kind of add a twist to it, and it's a really good tape. It's really good, and I'm working on taking that to CD, to put it on a CD. I've got about 40 hours or so of studio experience, like mastering music in actual recording studios. So I'm going to try to take that to that next level. You know, that step that needs. I really want to give people something when I'm out there on the sidewalk. You know, that even, you know, it's like it feels so good to have given out 100, 500, 1,000 CDs, whatever, you know, and to be walking down the street and hear your music playing in the cars it's passing. It's amazing. It's like there's no feeling like it in the world. You know, it's like, yeah, that's me. You know, like some of the things that I'm looking forward to doing are just getting this CD released, getting this demo out. The biggest thing for me is going to be getting myself into a situation where I start meeting the people that I need to meet. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars spent every year on art and music in the city. They want to see people that touch their hearts. They want to see people free, you know, free from that burden of whatever it is that's holding them back, so that they can succeed. And I need to get a hold of those people. That's my next step with this, is to go with that. Yeah. And that's where I'm reaching that step where I'd be willing to lay down my life for what I believe in.
Friends at Red Star Ironworks in Bloomfield. Yeah, they build all the bike frames, or the bike racks for the city, the new ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those are sweet. And they taught me how to weld, and gave me the basics on how to build these. The secret's rebar for the handlebars, because you know it's not going to break or bend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.